Inside the Man Cave podcast is brought to you by our friends and family at Honest Plumbing and Air. And you can get in touch with them pretty quick. Just visit that website on the lower left-hand side of your screen, honestairconditioning.biz. Honest Plumbing and Air, where a handshake still means something. Well, it is the end of October, the beginning of November, and yes, I'm wearing a pullover. The seasonal change, it's a little cooler. We had a cold front. Don't make fun of me. I'm not a cold weather or cooler weather person, but I can tell you, yes, I have not forgotten about college football. We are in the most important part of the college football and high school football seasons, but it's also, in a few days, depending on when you're watching this, the tip-off of the college basketball season. And I would venture to say that college basketball, especially at the Division I level in the state of Texas, is at the best it has ever been. I mean, the Houston Cougars, phenomenal. Texas Tech, they have been very steady. Texas has a first-year head coach in Sean Miller, and there are numerous programs like Baylor and so many others. Now, Stephen F. Austin was one of those programs. They are actually the second winningest program this century if you count the total number of wins in the 21st century. Stephen F. Austin. Well, they recently made a coaching change. And the first-year head coach Matt Braeuer, he was an assistant for Coach McCasland at Texas Tech, and prior to that with McCasland at North Texas. He's about to enter his first ever head coaching opportunity and at the Division I level. Well, we took a trip to Nacogdoches, Texas to meet this guy, and he is a native of the Central Texas area. Matt Braeuer and SFA men's basketball. Let's talk about it. Matt, tell me a little bit about yourself. You are the pride of Belton, Texas, and you were able to coach under Coach McCasland in North Texas, recently Texas Tech. I love when I hear coaches' stories because you take a piece of everyone who was your mentor. Now you get to create your own coaching tree. What's that been like to this journey to date?
It's been a long one. I'm still young, but I've been in the business now, whether it's a GA or assistant coach, operations, video, since 2008. So 17 years, this will be year 18 as a coach, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been to a lot of different places, worked under a lot of different people. I've learned a lot, and I said at my press conference, I learned a lot of what not to do as well, during just things that maybe I didn't agree with, that maybe I choose to do differently, from my very beginning to all the way to the end of where I've been as an assistant. I've got, I hope, a long time in the business still left, and got a lot to learn as a head coach, my first time. But I think I'm ready for it, and I'm excited about it. And I love our team, love this program, and I think we've got a chance to be really good.
Stephen F. Austin's had a lot of success. You date back. I mean, you're a Texas high school product. You were coached by your dad was a
correct
Texas high school basketball coach. This thing really, really got going. Danny Casper, who's well known through the Texas high school coaches. But during that time when he got this program going in the early 2000s, the program you played for, Wichita State, I mean, they've always been a great mid-major in the old, tell me the name of the Mo Valley, where you sent multiple teams to the dance. But I do remember a certain game, and there's several still photos of you. You had a lot of hair then, if I remember right.
I did, yeah.
Now,
shaggy hair.
You had some key moments. Have these players of yours, have they Googled you enough now, or bring up and have noticed some of, because you kind of had the Jason Williams white chocolate type of game. Is that accurate?
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that accurate. But yeah, I mean, you know how it is. It's like something that happened 20 years ago, 19 years ago, there's not one person in that locker room that cares what I did.
Yeah.
So I certainly don't bring it up. They don't care. I don't care. It's not going to affect me on how I coach or what they believe in. But some of them, when they, would hear it from somebody else that maybe I played at a high level and went to the Sweet 16 and did some things as a player, they're like, really? Like, because it's not like I'm 6'4", 205 pounds,
I know how
5'11", 165 pounds.
I'm not even that.
Soaking wet on a good day. So, I think it's a little bit of a surprise, but, I just try to tell them stuff I learned from the process of being a player and what it takes to be successful and win at the highest level. And it all starts with being competitive, and you won't find anybody that's more competitive than me. I know that.
Do you work with your guards the same way, or is there anyone where you think, you know what, that is potentially a mirror image of you?
No, the game's changed so much. When I was in high school, we ran legitimate Bob Knight motion offense.
Oh my God.
I barely even used the ball screen when I was going into college. It was just a different time. It was a different era. The game was completely different. And so, there's nuances within the game, like as a guard, that we watch film, we talk about, get better at, that maybe I've learned maybe when I was a player, maybe when I was a coach, and things that just I feel like I can help those guys become better, offensively as point guards or guards in general. And there's some also nuances defensively as a guard that I think you can pick up on and teach those guys as well. And but ultimately, as a point guard, it's a different position now. A lot of point guards score a lot more now. When I was in college, Coach Turgeon, he told me, don't shoot unless I'm wide open. And so it was different. Run the offense, don't turn the ball over, which is still, to a certain degree, some of it, but your point guard scores a lot more now. So, it's just, you still have to lead, you still have to have that charisma as a point guard, but you also need to score it a little bit more. Very, very few true point guards still exist in today's basketball.
That's a great point, and I've never really thought about it that way, because now, you think about the point guard, still the quarterback basketball version, but they do score more instead of distributing. The assist numbers are not what they used to be.
In most cases, there's still some. Like we had a true point guard last year at Texas Tech, Elijah Hawkins. He was how do we? He could still score some, but how do we get the best shot for all of our shooters, or JT Toppin or whoever? So there was a lot of different things that there's a lot of different ways to win. You can have a true point guard that maybe thinks pass first. You can have a point guard that can only shoot. You can have a point guard that can really fill it up. There's a lot of different ways, and then you just kind of build your team around it, your personnel, and put those guys in the best positions.
Now you have the money of the UT system, the investment into academics, changing everything. How do you, as a basketball coach and what you understand, how will this new system change? How does that help you?
Well, you used the word what I understand.
Don't mean it.
What I understand is, there's been an influx in money from the UT system to enhance academic programs, facilities around campus, not only in athletics but also just around campus, whether it's the agriculture building, the forestry building, the new cafeteria. There's a lot of different really cool things that are happening on campus. It's not always the most fun time because there's a bunch of construction, but it's a good thing. Construction is a good thing, and I'm excited about where everything's heading. I think partnering with them in the UT system has been tremendous, obviously, so far, and I don't think it's going to do anything but boost, Stephen F. Austin.
What excites you about this schedule you guys have put together and this team? Your first team at Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah, it's hard to schedule. It's hard to schedule good teams because they don't want to play SFA, because of winning at Duke, because of winning in the NCAA tournament. When Coach Underwood was here, and Coach Keller obviously had a lot of really good teams. And so it's hard to schedule those games, hard to get them to buy you and bring you in. But playing at Fresno State, playing at Pepperdine, I think those will be two really cool games for us. We'll get to travel a little bit. Be together for almost a week on the road, which will, test everybody's patience with each other a little bit. But, you get to do that. We're playing a home and home with Rice, so we get to, Rice gets to come to Johnson Coliseum in 26-27. UT Arlington, same thing. They'll come back here in 26-27. So we got some games, we got some people that are excited to come to here, to come to NAC, and we get to, play in our facility. And so I'm excited about it. I think, Arkansas State at home, Abilene Christian at home, Louisiana Monroe at home. Thankfully those games were already scheduled, so I didn't have to mess with those. But the Arkansas State's really good. Abilene Christian's going to be really hard to play against. They're physical. They play hard defensively. Coach Tanner does a great job with those guys.
That's good people.
Yeah, great people. So, I think it's a challenging schedule. There's nobody on our schedule that we can't beat, and there's nobody on our schedule that's a gimme.
Did you reach out? Has there been any communication with Wichita State at all?
When I got the job, I texted them. I said, "You guys want to play?" And they said no. So
no, thank you.
No thanks. Yeah.
All due respect.
Yeah, it was no thank you. It was just no. It was just a simple no.
And the exclamation point.
Exactly.
No. See you sometime down the road.
Coach said no.
No.
Sounds good.
Not a chance. Is there one that you can think of that you can tell that is comical now as it was when it happened that would be deemed a man cave story?
Wow, that's putting me on the spot. You should have told me this one about a day,
about a week ago
before, so I could have had a chance to think about it. It's probably one of my most embarrassing moments.
Making fun of ourselves.
Exactly.
Are usually good.
I'm lighthearted. I don't take myself too serious.
I never take myself seriously.
I like to make fun of myself too. Self-deprecating for sure.
Those are the best.
So I was a freshman in college. At that point, you get to college. It was in the summer, so we had just gotten there. There's the volleyball teams there, the women's basketball team. Some of the athletes are there, and I'm trying to impress everybody. I'm trying to find somebody to like me.
Yeah.
Find a girl.
I was there.
And so the volleyball team was practicing, and the top of the concourse at Coke Arena, it's probably 45 steps from the floor to the concourse, and so I'm looking really, really cool running down those stairs. Just nice and easy, looking really smooth. I get about 5 steps from the bottom, and I got going a little too quick, and I face planted right on the floor, right in front of the volleyball team, and so I got Twinkle Toes was my nickname for about a week.
Oh, I can't believe that didn't stick with you.
Man, I'm glad it didn't. But it was an embarrassing moment. I bounced back from it. I hopped up off the ground as quick as I could, acting like nobody saw me. I ran right into the tunnel, ran right back to the locker room and sat down and was like, man, that couldn't have gotten any worse. That's what happens when you try to be cool and not try to be yourself. So
we still do that.
Yeah, we still do that a lot for sure.
So did volleyball practice, did it pause briefly?
It stopped because it was a big thud. It was not a pop-up where nobody noticed. It was a thud on the ground and everybody stopped for a second.
Oh, God.
I
Matt
promise.
Braeuer, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck this season.
Appreciate you.
It's been fun. So anytime, and I know you guys are hating on me thinking I'm biased again, but hey, whenever you get a chance to meet Matt Braeuer and talk about the Stephen F. Austin men's basketball program, it's always good to talk about it.